It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Ah, the end of the semester. End of an era, really. The capstone to a very challenging program. Is that the light at the end of a tunnel I see? Or a freight train of looming deadlines? What a perfect time to to sit and reflect. It was fall 2009. I walked onto the APU campus for the first time. No. Not that campus. That's better. APU's San Diego Regional Center. I was all set to go to another San Diego university when I ran into an old friend.
Hey, Cheri, I heard that you're planning on going for your credential. Yeah, starting next fall. Have you looked into the APU's local program? Class sizes are small, convenient schedules, and awesome professors. Wow, that sounds like just what I'm looking for.
And she was right. I never had a class size larger than 12. The class schedule never interfered with my work. But the best part about APU was the professors.
Everybody gets an education! Please welcome our first guest today, Jennifer Gordon! Yay! Oh, welcome. Well, thank you, Oprah, for having me on the show today. Now, Jennifer, what did you do for Cheri Lester's education? Well, it was my job to teach her about multiple intelligences and how the different technologies can meet the needs of the varying student population in her classroom. Well, that sounds fascinating. Welcome our next guest, Joanne Gilbreth. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Oprah. How are you doing today? Well, I'm just fine. Now, what was your role in Cheri Lester's education? Well, my role in Cheri Lester's education was guiding her through the process. I was a mentor during her portfolio section, and I sort of introduced her to the program initially in her first one-unit class. Well, that is just fascinating.
Hey there, I'm Tori Tumble, and I taught Cheri Lester everything she knows about video.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
I can teach you too.
Well, that was fabulous! Huh, Tori is quite the character. Why, yes, he is. Well, you seem to have quite the man on your team. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mark Rounds! Tori isn't the only man on this team. Well, just listen to some of the things that I taught Cheri. In my class, Cheri learned to integrate social media networks such as Facebook and Twitter as a way of connecting students with the curriculum. Fascinating! She also practiced keeping and maintaining a blog and even developed her own website. Amazing! Well, Mark, it sounds like Cheri learned an awful lot. Yes, you see, in my class, it's not about just the iPad. It's about learning to use the internet as a whole, as a tool to educate your students. Well, that is fabulous!
This brings us to my action research project. The goal of my research was to create a system that would encourage student attention, require student accountability, and document student development in the area of attentiveness throughout the day and over time.
It all started as kind of a fluke. One day, I was extremely frustrated. I had just redirected one of my more capable students to attend to his work for the third time in 20 minutes. I went to my desk, grabbed a Post-it note, and stuck it on his desk. From now on, every time I have to remind you to keep working, I'm going to mark a tally on this Post-it note, I told him. For every tally mark, you owe me a minute of work at recess.
And so, attention tallies became a part of my class. The initial evolution of the system took place over about a week and a half. First, I extended the use of Post-it notes to all of my attention-challenged students. Then I realized I couldn't keep track of all those students the whole time. So, the responsibility for marking the tallies was shifted from me to the students themselves.
In order to keep track of the student tally data over time, I created a check-in sheet the students would use on a daily basis to record their tallies. And since I didn't want to blow my entire budget on Post-it notes, I created a printable sheet of tally slips for the student's desk. I could simply print, copy, cut, and tape to their desks. After about a 2-week period of creation and refinement, I finally had a recognizable system. One aspect that I most appreciated about the tally system was that it cut down on my redirection time. During a lesson or independent work time, if I noticed a student was not attending, I no longer would have to stop what I was doing to spend valuable class time redirecting them. Usually, a quick, "Fred, attention tally please," was all that was required. Overall, I would say that the system has been very effective. For some of my students, just having that visual reminder of the need to attend was all that was required. Within a week, 2 of the students went from having several tallies each check-in period to none at all for the whole day. Other students were not as influenced by the presence of the tally sheet on their desk. 3 of the students continued to accumulate attention tallies with little or no decrease over time. The data gathered was helpful in demonstrating a greater need for intervention. It also provided a way for me to monitor the success of additional attention strategies I employed for their support. I have decided to continue using the strategy for the remainder of the year, with a few modifications.
For some students, the history of the American Revolution goes something like this.
Franklin smote the ground, and out sprang George Washington, fully grown and on his horse. Franklin then electrified him with his miraculous lightning rod, and the 3 of them, Franklin, Washington, and the horse, conducted the entire revolution all by themselves.
I like it.
Since the establishment of the Magna Carta in 1215, every English king has been required to swear that he would not tax his citizens without the permission of their representatives. But in 1773, King George attempted to do just that. Were it not for the Declaration of Independence, the American Rebellion that ensued could have been just another episode in a long-standing English tradition of tax-related rebellion, and America would not exist as we know it today. The people and events surrounding the Second Continental Congress and the signing of the Declaration shaped the character of our country and colored every event that followed it. It is for this reason that understanding the character of these people and the nature of these events is invaluable.
This unit will cover a time span of 4 weeks. Our students are drawn to technology like bees to honey. For that reason, various technologies are embedded throughout this unit to meet the wide range of intelligence needs present in my class. Students will break up into groups of 2 or 3. There should be 1 group for each colony. These groups will be responsible for researching their colony and its congressional delegates. In their groups, students will complete an introductory web quest that walks them through the events and characters of the Second Continental Congress. At the end of the web quest, each group can decide whether they would like to present what they have learned on a Prezi timeline or through a rhyming chant or song that they can teach to the class. Students will create their own videos to teach the class about the colony they are studying. They will create their videos using iMovie, Puppet Pals, GarageBand, and any other media tools they choose.
culmination of this unit will be the class's reenactment of the Second Continental Congress's debate regarding the ratification of the Declaration of Independence. Students will demonstrate their learning from this unit by dramatizing the event through role play of the delegates, the use of costumes, props, and improvised discussion and debate. This wraps up my capstone video. I hope it gave you a little insight into what I've learned and achieved over the course of this program. Thank you to all of the teachers and friends that enabled me to get this far in my education.